Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well today. Welcome to my studio. Welcome to a new Pick a Card psychic reading. For those of you who are new, a special hello to you. I'm Zach and I use a natural psychic ability to read the tarot and to create your oracles. Pile 1 is clear quartz. Pile 2 is selenite. Pile 3 is amethyst. And pile 4 is angel aura quartz. So before you choose your pile, make sure you're really in this present moment. That gives us the best chance of linking up in time and space so that this reading is that much more useful to you. All right, so without further ado, let's give you guys a nice, pretty, stylized close-up view of the crystals. Once you've made your selection, you'll find timestamps there in the description box or the comment section below. Find your corresponding timestamp and I will meet you at your reading. Hi Pile 1, welcome to your reading, everyone who chose the clear quartz, one of my very favorite stones. Actually my very first favorite. I say that. I think lapis was my first favorite, but clear quartz is like a personal favorite of mine. Okay, so if you guys like to use crystals in manifestation, clear quartz is great for healing and it's great for setting any intention. You can charge this with the intention of any stone, okay? So, you know what? I want to start off your reading with some tiny messages. And let's see if we can't channel a message first. Party. Curious. Okay, where are we going? Party and real. Interesting. One more. Mix it up. Okay. So what I'm getting, because party came out in reverse, it's like the idea that you guys really should throw something new into the mix, okay? The first message I'm getting is that perhaps you guys have been taking yourselves a little too seriously. It's a very good idea to take your work seriously, but I think it's important that we don't take ourselves too seriously, okay? Let's do another message with this yellow deck. Summer, okay, and beauty, okay. Maybe some of you guys need to get outside. Let's pull one more. Sometime today. Welcome to my studio, you guys. Oh my god, home. Yeah, this is my studio and I'll be right back. Oh my goodness. Okay, so with summer, beauty, and home, it's like home renovation and it's also like time to prepare for warmer months to come. It's like the energy of expecting something, you know, positive in order to bring something positive in, okay? It's the idea of like winter is over. Today's March 21st, so it's officially spring, and I'm getting the idea of like, so over the weekend I built new garden boxes and they really beautified the outside and they were honestly a step up from the garden boxes I had before, and that's kind of the energy I'm getting with this second message for you guys, is to focus on bringing something to your outdoor space, okay? I follow this girl named Weed Queen on YouTube or Instagram, and she has been beautifying her backyard patio area. She's put in a fountain, she's put in a fire circle, campfire ring, something like that. And she's really just changed that atmosphere, and it feels like that's kind of the second message. It's like, have you guys been thinking about doing little outdoor projects? Well, now is the time, okay? For some reason, I really want to reach for a third message with these little tiny messages. So let's see if we can get something else. The letter A could be significant to you guys. This could be a confirmation that, you know, you chose the right pile. So is A the first letter of your name, okay? Or it could be just the first letter of someone significant. Hidden, curious, okay. So let's stop the messages here. I think that is far enough. Let's begin with some tarot. Okay. This is my first time, actually that is not true. I think months ago I tried to record a video out here, and I normally don't stand in front of the camera because, as you've already seen, I sort of like look off. That's how I create the sort of this blank canvas in my mind. And you guys will have to let me know in the comments, is it impersonal to sort of like not stare at you guys? Because if I were to stare at you guys and focus on you, I feel like the messages wouldn't be that great. Okay, so Six of Swords, okay, and Knight of Cups. Curious. Lots of gray, blue energy, kind of flighty and really not, like really uppity, kind of anxious energy, okay? The Knight of Cups is the delivery of a message or some sort of romantic offer, and that's healing because we have this moving into peace moment, okay? So this first message feels like love around the home, okay? So I think that perhaps pile 1 is looking to experience a little bit more peace and tranquility and love around the home. Excuse me, when my throat closes like that, it feels like it's a significant message, and I think that someone here has perhaps been experiencing a little bit of inner turmoil, okay? Curious, you guys have now another knight, the Knight of Wands, so a lot of energy, okay? And I'm getting perhaps like pile 1 has a couple people after them at this time, okay? You guys have either new friends around you, or I'm getting the idea of kind of you attracting a lot of attention, okay? I'm getting the idea of you guys being sort of in this summery place, in this really attractive place, and you have almost, I'm getting the idea of 2 offers of love, okay? At the very least, these are new friends coming in, okay? Because you're leaving behind old, stale, that flighty, anxious energy. That's something we're leaving in the past. But let's clarify this message. I feel like these nights, it kind of feels like romance. Okay, so for pile 1, please. Who are these knights? Is it romance? What are we talking about? I'm getting sort of like opposite energies too. That's not true. They're both impassioned and they're both romantics, but they express it differently. One is a dreamer, that's the Knight of Cups. And then the Knight of Wands, he's more artistic and more seductive and more sexual in nature. You. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. That's exactly what I was saying with this Six of Swords. It's the idea of being positive in order to attract positive. This is a great confirmation for pile 1. Stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, okay? Let's take a look of what that might look like, okay? I'm gonna grab this green deck. I use this to sort of look at the auras. Now, let's take a look at this Knight of Cups because I'm getting the idea of, the most significant message. We'll take a look at love because, yes, that's very interesting. But the most significant message right now for pile 1 is to be in that idea of creating an environment around you that's more uplifting. You might have to work hard to train your mind to be more positive at this time, but that's the most important message. You're going to create yourself as this magnetic, attractive being for what you desire. Seems to be love. It could be friendships, okay? But the most important message is to be positive, okay? To sort of be more optimistic, and that is a really significant message, okay? I think you guys could benefit from giving people the benefit of the doubt too, okay? And by grounding your root chakra. Take these messages as they resonate. So, this Knight of Cups, can we know a little bit about them? Let me take a look at his aura. I'll take 3 of these. Is that 3? Oh, super. Okay. Yeah, a dreamer, okay? I'm getting 2 ideas of spirals, okay? And then nature, okay. So this Knight of Cups, there's something, I can feel this. I think he's hardworking, okay? And I think that he's really going after his dreams and desires right now. And they're not quite mature. They're not the King of Cups or the Queen of Cups, okay? They're the Knight of Cups. So they still have a lot to learn, but what I'm getting is that they're very interesting, okay? They're very creative people, very intelligent thinkers. I'm getting more of an engineer along the ideas of creativity, okay? This one feels like you have maybe even past life karma together, okay? Because I'm seeing the emphasis on the spirals, okay? And that has to do with cycles, but also individuality, okay? Okay, interesting. Now, let's take a look at this Knight of Wands. Yeah, even on this stay optimistic about your, oh, okay. Yeah, I knew he was way more seductive. Okay. Yeah. I got the moon, this little snippet of obviously sensuality, and then my kind of shaman card, but also it's just a card of inebriation. That sounds bad. It's a card of indulging in different substances. Okay, but curious, okay? You know, these both feel like fun partners, okay, at the very least. One of them has a darker side, and it's this Knight of Wands, okay? So they're going to be more impassioned, and obviously so, okay? More sexual in nature, more seductive, and there's just something about their energy that you feel really interested in, and it's like a tug on your stomach, okay? And it's this link, okay? And I think that would be newer energy, and I can't tell you who to choose, but I feel like we should go after this Knight of Wands, okay? Because it would be good. Oh my goodness. So I just heard, oh my gosh, I don't know if you guys like Gossip Girl, but Blair was talking about Serena needing to use a lifeguard as a Kleenex, one and done, as a palate cleanser. I think you guys could be getting out of a relationship, okay? And you're looking to, you really desire that connection, that soul partner, okay? But you also want someone who's very, matches you physically, attractively, sexually as well. And you're like, is there a person there? Like, which one? So we could be looking at two people, or we could literally be looking at what you desire, okay? And what I was saying with Gossip Girl quote is, and I can say that lifeguard quote because I used to be a hot lifeguard. Use one and done as a palate cleanser. That's just the energy, okay? That's what I'm getting. They're very seductive. They use their energy in a magnetic sense to get what they want and to get others to do what they want. It feels like someone who really knows how to manipulate, but I'm not saying in a negative way, okay? And you'll know who these energies seem to be talking about. So, curious messages all over the place right off the bat for pile one. Okay. Now, let's put the romance away and see if we can get another message. Okay, so this is for pile one. So what do we want for pile one? Yeah, that's where they've been. In a place of, emotional withdrawal. Queen of Pentacles, growth. Okay, so now we're calling attention. You guys have the Five of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, okay? We're calling attention right now to your finances and your career, and we're trying to build that. That's the area of our life that we need the most growth. I think that those Knights came out and all that romance energy came out right away because that's what we're attracted to right now. That's what we're going towards first. It's like, that's what we desire. And it feels like right now we need to be more okay with being alone, okay? There was a message I sort of held back in there. It was coming from the place of needing to be focusing on your energy at this time because that is what's going to create these energetic matches, okay? We want to move away from flings, I feel like, into crafting a relationship with ourselves is what I'm getting, okay, pile one? But the Five of Pentacles with the Queen of Pentacles, okay, and the Hierophant, studying, okay, growing somewhere in business and career, okay, really shifting, okay, at least the lessons we're learning have to do with finances and taking opportunities that might not look exactly like you imagine them to be, okay. The Hierophant comes out with knowledge to sort of seek this advisor out, okay, to sort of where can you study a little bit more? Where can you gain more information at this time? How can you grow your finances? The Queen of Pentacles, I love her. She is the embodiment of, yes, I had that message early on if you'll remember. Don't take yourself seriously, but definitely take your work seriously, okay? And that's the Queen of Pentacles. She really nurtures her body, nurtures the home, and crafts a beautiful environment around herself, like that message in the very beginning. But she's also very aware of her career, building her finances, creating stability for herself, expressing herself creatively and authentically, and doing something that is authentic to her. She has a very, very good balance between work and the self, more so than the King of Pentacles, okay? So that is another message for you. Let's take on a spiritual lens. That's enough tarot. Okay. Okay. So let's have a spiritual card for pile 1. For pile 1, please. Any day now. Okay, transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing, yes. So that was that card in the very beginning, the Six of Swords. You guys are in a transformation, at a transition phase of your life, deep healing, okay? This idea of really needing to stay positive and optimistic at this time in your life is the most significant message we've touched on so far, okay? So if you were to walk away with any message, that's the one I would hold on to, okay? This need to give yourself room to grow, okay? So take into account those early messages about beautifying the home and creating this atmosphere outside that uplifts your environment. When you change things in a physical way, they impress upon your subconscious, okay? This could be, changing your hairstyle, but what I'm getting is like your environment at home, okay? Wherever you spend the most time. If that's in the office, change up your desk space, okay? But the other message with this transformation is the idea, I'm seeing 2 cicadas, okay? And I don't know if you guys know what a cicada is. Or like when a crab molts. Oh my God, these are such specific examples. When a crab molts and grows out of its old shell, it's very soft, okay? And it's very, very easily injured, okay? And there's that transition phase from outgrowing your old shell and growing into your new one where you're soft in the middle and you haven't taken on this new form yet, but you're no longer this old self. And it's hold space during this time. Okay, I'm getting a lot of spiritual shivers is what they're called. So give yourself room right now to grow, okay? Give yourself room to focus on the physical body, your house and your home, and your career and finances, and moving towards a place of healing, okay? There's always seems to be one pile who really needs to develop sort of self-healing, okay? And giving yourself space for room for error. Maybe give yourself the benefit of the doubt and know that you can't go from A to B instantaneously. There's this transformation that has to happen, right? A butterfly isn't made by the caterpillar just snapping its fingers, right? The caterpillar has to consume a lot, and then it has to grow into a chrysalis, and then it has to go through the metamorphosis. And when it is done with the metamorphosis, it still has to emerge, and it has to pump all of that life into its wings, and then it can fly away as a butterfly. Also remember that you can't help a butterfly out of a chrysalis because that struggle is needed in order for it to build up fluid and build up all of the necessary strength for it to be able to pump fluid into the wings in order for them to unfold, in order for the butterfly to take flight. So give yourself space at this time, pile 1. Is the message I want to leave you with, okay? Give yourself this sort of room to make errors, the benefit of the doubt. Don't judge yourself harshly. You guys are in transition right now, okay? And I think that's the biggest message we can give you, okay? So this is the end of your reading, pile 1, and I really hope that you liked it. If you want to purchase any of these bags you see on this channel, you can email me. If you'd like to purchase a personal reading, you can email me as well, or follow the link in the description box. If you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It really helps support my channel, helps other people find these messages, and helps my channel grow. So until next time, pile 1, stay divine. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading, everyone who chose selenite. So, for those who like to work with crystals and stones, selenite is one of the few stones that is self-cleansing. Okay, I'd love to keep this by my bed, so perhaps that's something that you guys should try doing too. I think it really cleanses the headspace. I keep it like really near my pillow, and it protects my dreams, okay? So selenite, you might be looking into cleansing your home and space as well. So these messages are going to come out pretty quickly, so hold on tight, Pile 2. Let's start off with some tiny messages. So what do we want to talk to Pile 2 about? What's on the mind for Pile 2? Life and color. Caught you. Fast, exactly. Okay. Fashion, showcase, relief. Okay, so two main energies coming forward, okay, for you, Pile 2. The idea of relief with life and color, okay, that is significant. So the first message seems to be about cleansing maybe some past self off of you, but I'm getting that it's like just a little bit. It's like an expression you used to use or words you used to say, or, excuse me, it's the idea of like perhaps this one thing you used to wear and you're still wearing it for some reason. You really need to like get rid of that saying, get rid of those flip-flops, get rid of that pair of shorts that belong to your ex. That is energy that's like robbing you. You gotta cleanse that away and get rid of it. The other energy with fashion fades. You know, fashion moves very quickly and fast. And then showcase, okay? I'm getting the idea of a message coming through, perhaps it's in your dreams, but a correspondence that's coming through and you're gonna miss it, is what I feel like I wanna say. It's gonna come through so quickly. If you're not aware, you're going to miss it, okay? So try to really be grounded and present at this time in your life to pick up this energy, okay? Yeah, kind of like uplifted energy is what I'm getting, but it's the idea of some sort of, you know, deadline that's missed. It's like your boss says something to you and like you had 100 things that you were doing at that time and maybe sipping an iced coffee and it went straight through one ear and out the other, okay? It's kind of like a detail like that. Is the first message, okay? So let's grab another message with these tiny messages. My goodness. Oh, okay. So, oh. Oh my god. That was so stupid, but I laughed so hard. Excuse me. Okay, so O could be the first name. I heard Owen first, so that could be a confirmation for you, okay? But dragonfly and hold true. Dragonfly talks to me about emergence because the larva lives underwater for like 2 or 3 years, okay? Developing who it's going to become before it emerges out of the water, okay? And it's the idea with hold true that there's something that you've been working on and it's taking a lot of patience, okay? I feel like my whole energy state just shifted. It's the idea of giving yourself space for this to come to the surface and to know that it cannot transform instantaneously. That's the message we're carrying over from Pile 1. Okay, it's the idea of hold true, right? If you've made a shift in your life recently, you've made an effort to do something and you're trying to observe change, hold on. Okay, give yourself space because it's gonna pop out, right? Just like this O, you know? I was like, oh, okay. And then boom, the cards just like exploded in my hand and these messages came out. It's just like that. Hold true, because it's coming, okay? This proof that you need to see, this dragonfly, this idea of emergence, it's coming, okay? And it's gonna be just like that. Just hold true, okay? Keep chugging along, keep doing what you've been doing under the surface, hidden, okay? Let's move into the tarot. Okay. So this is for Pile 2. Also, welcome to my studio, Pile 2. Oh my goodness. The Lovers, curious. Okay, so what forms are you of yourself, Pile 2, are you watering? Are you nurturing? Okay, are you aware that there are two aspects of yourself? a masculine energy and a feminine energy? Are you interested in your sexuality at this time? Are you interested in love and passion? Are you healing from love and passion? Okay. Four of Pentacles, stability. Okay. The Fool, with a new beginning. Knight of Wands, temper those impulsive tendencies that you have, piled two. One more. Ace of Pentacles with luck. Okay, this card is significant, right? Now, it comes with this Knight of Wands, though, okay? Remember that message of hold true, and remember those cards bursting out, okay? It was that second where you went right back to work, where you kept doing the dedicated thing, you kept showing up, you kept putting in the time, putting in the hours, just wanting to see that change, whatever this seems to be for pile two. And it's going to happen, but you have to temper those impulsive desires you have to be like, I'll come back to it tomorrow, or I'll just do that tomorrow, or, you know, there's time for that later. I'm going to go off and do this thing, or it isn't really working. I don't see any growth, so I'm going to put it to the side and la la la. The moment you don't do that, the moment you conquer those little impulsive decisions to do something with instant gratification, you're going to have this Ace of Pentacles move through, this element of luck. Okay, now I'm getting ahead of myself. I was interested. So with the Lovers, the Four of Pentacles, and the Fool. Okay, this is, again, similar to pile one. Four of Pentacles, stability. Okay, really holding on to something to the body, okay? And then the Fool with new beginnings, the energy of starting again, okay? So you guys are between, you know? That's this Lover's energy, this masculine energy and this feminine energy, this urge to go full force, and this urge to be more receptive and quiet and to call it to you. What do you want? Pile two. Which one is it? Do you desire stability? And as a result, are you afraid that you will become sedentary with this romantic partner? Okay. Do you want someone who's stable and like a friend? Or are you interested in sort of moving on and looking for something else, looking for something new, calling in this something new? Okay. Which is it? That's the first message for pile two. That's a significant one. I can feel that one, okay? Now, with this Knight of Wands, okay, and impulsiveness, I think that before I get there, you know, let me just clarify with love. Okay, I'm getting the idea that you guys... the partner you have is a good match. They're a good match. Love is very difficult to talk about, okay? I think that during this human incarnation, we really confuse love, okay? Because we fold in aspects of stability with passion, you know, fire. I don't think of fire and passion as stable. I think of them as very fleeting energies. And that's the main message that we're talking about in your reading, okay, with this this Lover's card. This idea of duality. Do I want the friend in my partner? Do I want the sex as my partner? And maybe those two things aren't found in this one partner, okay? But maybe they are, and it's just you need to change your perspective, okay? You need to sort of shift your energy or shift your perspective, shift your outlook on what you want your relationship to look like, okay? I think that, again, I say that love is very difficult to talk to because I think that in our culture right now, because of how everything is set up, we create codependent relationships, okay? And in the same vein, I also think that there are romantic fairy tale partners that are not really attainable. That's the movies. And there are relationships that I kind of admire, which really are love that grows and bonds over time through friendship, okay? And I think that these two ideas are sort of combating with you in your mind at this time, okay? This Knight of Wands, I think it's a flirt, okay? I think there's some energy that's really calling you from the wings, okay? And it's either the idea of being more open in your relationship, okay? So seeking romantic partners, as long as you have a conversation about it, that's important. But it's also this idea of someone just getting your attention, but for sexual reasons, okay? Passion, I knew it. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy, okay? This passion card, to me, it's talking about this impulsive card with this Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands kind of does talk to me about someone who's got a really high libido, okay? And you know, this decision, I can't make it for you. There are some here who feel very strongly about being in a connection with a friend, and those of you who feel very strongly about needing sex and more romance in your relationship, which is not a bad thing, more passion, more lust in your relationship. The reason why relationships are so difficult is because we combine those two. We try to put lust and passion in with stability and romance and friendship, and sometimes those don't marry. Literally, okay? For others, though, I am seeing this passion with an angel. Okay, to me, that says you're being divinely guided no matter what. For some of you, it's simply to learn about this Lover's card, to learn about where you fall on the spectrum and sexuality not being black and white. For others of you, it's learning to take your relationship into a different lens, whatever that means to you. Okay, for others of you, you are being guided to follow your passion because I see the angel wings. And it tells me that you just want to experience love and lust at this time. Okay, and that's not a bad thing either. Remember, relationships, I believe, are so confusing and complicated to talk about because more than one thing can be true. Okay, and you're not a bad person for wanting to experience no strings attached kind of ideas. Okay. Very interesting messages right off the bat for pile 2. Okay. I'm actually going to leave these cards out, but I'm going to reach for another tarot deck. No, this is plenty of tarot. Okay. Plenty of tea. Okay. But I do want to reach for a spiritual lens, but for some reason I want to open up this earth deck for pile 2. Okay, tree, grounding. Interesting. What was that message? It's significant, okay, pile 2. What was that message? I don't know. It escaped me. Sometimes the messages come through so quickly because this is a general reading and I'm pulling off of everyone's energy. I can't pull it through. Anyways, your animal medicine, your earth magic is tree, grounding, putting down roots, okay? Stability, okay? I'm getting the idea that we're learning about who you are as a soul. Pile 2 is your big message. And I also want to tell you that 80% of a tree is below ground and 20% is above. And that's a significant message for you. Inner growth at this time, grounding, becoming stable, in order to go somewhere else, okay? Stability, to learn about yourself. Once you know who you are, you can stand in your authenticity and express yourself wherever in the world you want to go, okay? But first we have to internalize these messages, okay? These themes, this energy of the lovers, okay? Learning the difference between passion and love and lust and what we want our relationship to look like, even though that might look different than the big screen, okay? Let's do one more earth energy. This tree with grounding, I'm picking up on the great blue heron that's in the water. And the great blue heron talks about patience, but also reflection, okay? So taking time right now to reflect. And I think that's why we had that big energy. Yes, I'm getting spiritual confirmation. The energy shift. In the beginning, it was very fast, remember? It was very like impulsive and very quick and moving from one thing to the next. But we're calling you to slow down because I have that shift, okay? And the great blue heron says time to reflect. What do you want to be? Who do you want to be? Are you hiding parts of yourself because you're afraid of what others might think of you, okay? Is the message. music with harmony. Okay, to me, when this card comes out, it talks about uplifting your energy. Okay, I'm also seeing like these two figures as being kind of symbolically representative of this Lovers card. Okay, one plays the violin, the other plays a lyre, a lyre. I think that's what it's called. Okay, and it's like two directions. Okay, I think pile two, duality, is being pulled in two different directions. Okay, you have two ideas. Okay, and it has something to do with inner growth. Okay, I do think that this could actually have to do with beyond relationships. Okay, it could be in relationships to work, career, and finances. Okay, and this idea of the Lovers card, authenticity, expressing the full extent of who you are. I just have a question for you. Are you interested in music? Pursuing music? Are you interested in the arts? Are you in harmony? Is there a sort of Queen of Pentacles relationship between your body and yourself and your home and your career? Okay? Queen of Pentacles, she has a very balanced nature of both, okay? She really tends to her body and herself, but she also has a big imprint and a lasting impression to put here on earth. And I feel like pile 2 is being called to be heading only in the direction that feels authentic to you. Okay, I hope this makes sense. I'm getting this strong idea of like, and it might not be music, but to me, music is that little thing in the back of my mind that I always wish I had pursued. At a younger age, I was dissuaded, and I think that there's something that could have put you off path. And you might have regained your footing, but I just want to ask you, is there something else, pile 2? Is there this something else that you wish you could do? I want to get something on this. Because if there is, it's important to recognize that, okay? But again, temper this Knight of Wands impulsive energy. Kill your idols. Yeah, that's a significant message, okay? To kill your idols means, yes, okay? I think you're blocking yourself from something, from some measure of success. You could presently be going after what you desire, but there's something in the back of your head that keeps telling you you're not good enough because you don't look like XYZ, but you got to kill all those ideas, X, Y, and Z, get rid of them, right? You have to be able to recognize that when you idolize something and put it up on a pedestal, you're subconsciously telling yourself you could never get there. You could meet that threshold, but you could never get there. And as a result, you never even approach the threshold, let alone surpass it, is the message I want to tell you. It's important not to idolize people and things, okay? Because their experience of the world is dramatically different than yours. I'm also getting the idea that of like looking through a kaleidoscope, okay? You only see fractions of the reality, okay? And if you know anything about kaleidoscopes, maybe you guys watch How It's Made, I don't know. It's what you see is dramatically, remarkably beautiful. It's really cool. But the things that go in are very ordinary. They're like buttons, very simple beads, triangular shapes of just plastic. It's very, very rudimentary and ordinary, but when you put it through that lens, it sparkles and it changes and refracts, right? And it gives you a multifaceted look. It's that idea, though. It's really important not to compare yourself to someone's end point, okay? These are really important messages. Is there anything else? I did tell you I was going to draw a spiritual card, so let's wrap up your reading. We'll do one last card, pile 2. So for pile 2, please. Do we have a spiritual lens for pile 2? Iram, where are you being called to journey to? Absolutely. Also, again, a lot more spiritual shivers, okay? That's why we pulled that message through so long. Where are you being called to journey to, okay? Some of this, you also had relief in the beginning and that idea of healing, okay? It's like some of you need to journey within and figure out who you are, okay? Covering all the bases we talked about with this Lovers card, right? Sexuality, sensuality, where you fall on the spectrum, what you desire and love. Is it passion, lust, etc. But others of you, this does have to do with career, and I just kept asking you, is there something else that you wanted to be doing, wish that you could be doing? Is there something that you are presently doing, but you're not receiving a measure of success that you desire because you're comparing yourself to outside factors and subconsciously blocking yourself from that, okay? Where are you being called to journey to? I love the magic between this Fool card and here. And it's just a question. You could have picked this path already, and this is a confirmation for you, pile 2. For others of you, seriously, just ask yourself, are you on the right path? Are you on a path that feels authentic to you, that you want to pour a lot of love into, that you feel serious about without feeling like it takes from your energy? That's another message with the Queen of Pentacles. She doesn't take herself seriously. She takes what she does seriously, this lasting impact, this thing you want to leave behind, right? I'm thinking of like Bach and Beethoven, a bunch of composers who left a lot of music behind that's still being listened to and studied today and influencing artists today. I think that there's something that you're going to leave behind. For me, it feels like the book I'm working on, and that's just a general example to give you an idea, okay? So this is the end of your reading, pile 2, and I really hope that you liked it. If you did, you can press subscribe. You can give me a big thumbs up if you've made it this far into the video. It helps other people find these messages, and it helps my channel grow. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can email me, and you could also follow the link in the description box. And until next time, stay divine. Hi, pile 3, welcome to your reading. Everyone who chose Amethyst. So this stone is for psychic ability, enhancing your psychic ability, enhancing a connection to your spirit guides, your higher self, but also psychic protection, okay? So let's start off your reading with some tiny messages. So, curious. We have the rising star, love to see it, teach and inspire, and play. Okay, so what I see is a balance here, okay? I feel like I'm talking to someone who, you could be in school right now, or you could have something to do with teaching, okay? Maybe you work at a school, okay? The rising star, there's something you're working on that you haven't released yet. You could be working on yourself, but I get it that it's more of like a physical, tangible thing, okay? And it's going to inspire others, okay? Play says you also have this element of fun, okay? You really leave and make space for this element of play in your life, okay? Cool, or should. Let's grab a few more tiny messages for pile 3. Okay, stop and smell the roses, tonight, and status quo. These are popular messages to come out of this particular deck. Okay, stop and smell the roses, and tonight is the energy of now, the power of the present moment. So if you're trying to manifest something, you're trying to be a certain way, the best you can do is be here and right now. Be in this present moment, whatever you're doing, in order to rise above the status quo. Okay, to me, that's like the thing that you haven't released yet. It's a very competitive field. Okay, and in order to rise above the status quo, you have to have that element of play that you have in your personality, which is a balance that I see. You have to have that moment of, not even moment, just time where you do play, where you do get out and about, where you do go in the garden, and where you do stop and smell the roses, where you give yourself time and to exercise and support yourself physically, eating well. Stop and smell the roses, but also the energy of tonight is like watching movies. You do have a balanced nature to you, pile 3. You know how to pour water in multiple places without having the cup run out, kind of idea. And this status quo, this competitive field that you're in, it's the edge that you have. You have that ability, that balanced nature that is going to help you succeed. It's going to help you publish this idea, put this project out there into the world. It's really cool. It's a different reading so far than the others. Let's go in with the tarot. Oh my goodness. I knew it was going to come out too. Okay. Tower, sometimes I'll get a tarot card that'll start off a reading before I do it, and I got the Tower for you guys. But again, let's not worry about the Tower. It's never something I feel like is devastating, though a lot of tarot readers like to build it up as one. That's just another tower, okay? To me, the tower is this mentality and usually a mental block that we create that has to come down, because sometimes we trap ourselves in these towers and we prevent ourselves from being able to receive other opportunities, opportunities of love, financial opportunities, okay? And this tower, I see it having fallen down, okay? I think that you guys could have had some incredible epiphany lately that's really caused you to change your perspective, and as a result, you've freed up a lot of energy, okay? There could be this younger figure who's recently come into your life who's given you something, some offer, a friendship potentially. You also have the Five of Pentacles, which really talks about accepting assistance from others and recognizing that there are opportunities all around you. As you can see, these figures are striding on right by, through the ice and cold, past a stained glass window that has warmth emitting from it, indicating that inside is warm, and it's a church, so it is a refuge for this couple, okay? I'm getting the idea of some significant loss, some significant sadness, but at the same time, the tower can simply just talk about this epiphany, this aha moment, okay? Where you break down barriers that were really restricting you before in order to help you. Maybe your guides or the universe did this in order to help you escape. Sorry, I feel a hair or fuzz. And other times, now I see it. Oh my God, if you guys can see this hair on me, R.I.P. Anyways, other times it's just this really big epiphany, okay? It really allows you to see things from a different perspective, and it frees up energy. And what I was saying was sometimes you, your higher self, spirit guides will put this test in front of you. Other times you will just have this great moment of epiphany from doing the work, from doing a little research, from attempting and experimenting with your life and different ideas, different ways of thinking, and you're going to have this breakthrough moment, or you're recently just celebrating this breakthrough moment, okay? What I really want to underscore is the tower, it doesn't necessarily mean everything you've built up is going to fall down. Sometimes we build things up on unstable foundations, sometimes not. Sometimes we trap ourselves in, sometimes not. Sometimes, again, the tower is about illumination, okay? That's significant, okay? Because I love this card, if I didn't have the word the tower and didn't have all my understanding of what the tower can represent to different people, I love it. There's this black, creative void energy, lightning spark. I love to see all the colors. It's perhaps the most intriguing, graphically speaking, card in this tarot deck. Okay, again, what I was saying was this tower, having come down, is opening up energy. Look at this. You have the Page of Cups, innocence, okay? Purity. You have this fish coming out, a seed of life is what I keep wanting to say, okay? This could indicate pregnancy for some people. And then this sadness card, okay? But what I'm getting is that it's this stained glass window that's coming into focus. So friends and support groups around you coming together, okay? The Page of Cups is also a messenger, okay? So you could be receiving some important message about something, that this project that you've been working on, or an offer of some sort of assistance, okay? Those are the main messages coming through with the tarot from this deck, and I'm going to pull tarot from another deck. Yeah, oh my goodness. So I picked up this deck and one card was below the star, right? The rising star. You, pile 3, are this rising star. You don't see it, perhaps. That's why it's in reverse. Okay, you don't understand this offer, this sprinkling of hope that you offer other people. Okay, you could be spreading some really significant message at this time in your life, and it's really inspiring to others, teach and inspire. Okay, but this star card, wow, you guys are really, you either know me or you're very spiritually connected, because I get this hug around my midsection. It's just a band of warmth that tells me someone really connected either to me or just connected to the universe is in this reading. Anyways, if you do know me, drop a comment below. Anyways, the star card in reverse, you are no less significant than anyone who's ever been famous. Okay, that's a really clunky way of getting that message across. It's like seeing this glimmer within and needing to bring it out, right? You guys had the rising star come out. You are this authentic being who's sharing something, okay? I think you're watering the collective consciousness by something that you're sharing, okay? Is the main message that I'm getting, okay? It's also a balanced person. You see how this star is pouring water back into source, back into the pool, but also watering the ground here, okay? And that's what your big purpose is, okay? Pile 3, you're here to gain a sense of who you are and what your talents and gifts are. The next step is to be able to capture those in the most profitable way. By profitable, I mean in a way that other people can integrate and disseminate and be inspired by them. Acclimate to these ideas, absorb them is what I think I'm reaching for, okay? That's the second step. And then your message spreads out, okay? And radiates, and that's just what you're here to do, okay? But I was commenting on the balanced nature, because you guys have the element of play. You know when it's time to play, when there's time for work, and the necessity to have both parts, okay? Because you can see the star, knowing when they're sharing too much of themselves or sharing too much of their gift and when it's draining them, okay? You guys can sense that. It's important too. It's also important to recognize that you are this star, you do have this star potential, and you are the rising star, okay? Regardless of this orientation, okay? Now it is in your consciousness. Now it is not below the surface. Excuse me, sorry. Whenever I get those throat closures, it means it's a significant message. Okay, so I'm actually going to reach for the spiritual deck. You have empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature, get grounded, and then starseed, what lights you up. Okay. So with the star, with the rising star, and the tower in reverse can also represent a more abstract meaning, which is spiritual enlightenment. Okay, so I think that you guys are a more spiritually inclined group. Okay, I knew this reading would be too. And that's perhaps why you guys chose the amethyst, okay, which to me talks about the most psychic stone. Okay, starseed, what lights you up? This divine spark, this little project that you guys have been watering and are nurturing and are about to release to people, okay? I think that's what lights you up. There is something about you, there's something that you know when you're doing it that you love it, okay? And it might not actually be the thing that you think you're supposed to be doing, right? There's a distinction there that I'm drawing a line between, okay? Here's what we feel like we should be doing because of, we really do think this, but we also have been influenced throughout our entire life that this is what we should be doing. But then there's this other thing over here. And it really is, when you're in there, you're distracted when you're doing this thing, okay? You lose all sense of time and you come out the other end, you just felt like exhilarated, and for some reason you can go all day without eating after you're doing this. Okay, those are important ideas. And then get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature, okay? A moment of healing, okay? I think that you guys, I've really been chatting up this tower moment. Some of you, it's been difficult, okay? Some of you have lost something great, okay? And we are really encouraging this period of innocence, this period of leaning on our friends and neighbors to have this period of healing, okay? It's really significant for pile 3, okay? To recognize, as this is a general reading, where you fall along these lines. Did you build up this tower and all of a sudden had this great epiphany? Or are you this other figure, this other person, this other group of collective energy in here that really needs to heal at this time to transmute something dark that you've been through recently, okay? Get grounded, empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Okay, I think that you guys are highly sensitive, you just actually don't know this, okay? And the other message with this get grounded card is to transmute the energy. And I say this and sometimes words, they just sound so empty, but it's really important, pile 3, for you to learn about this idea of letting energy you've picked up and collected throughout your day or throughout your life and allow that to be drained from you by simply commanding it. You can call upon your higher self, whatever you believe in, or simply just state it. Get outside, dig your toes into the soil, and say, I am removed of any energy that I have picked up from today, that negative Nancy there, my father who's not a good figure, whoever is in your life that seems to be an energy vampire, any of these ideas, okay? And you can command that energy to be transmuted, okay? Because I think that there's this little something that you're carrying with you, and it's like this chip on your shoulder, this weight on you, this little bit of cloak of darkness that we need to just like rip off and separate it from ourselves, okay? Starseed, what lights you up? Again, we're just talking about, all these references to stars. You got the rising star, you got the star, and now you have starseed. Okay, I feel like you don't sense your potential, okay? Or perhaps you're blinded by your potential, and you'll have to decide which one of those is you, okay? I want to go a little deeper here, okay? And pull some earth magic. Okay, you did want to come out. Wolf with instinct. Okay, you are a leader. Okay, pile 3. You are this wolf, okay? I think wolves could be significant to you. Wolves, oh my god. Wolves, oh my god. Okay, also a childhood dog is significant as well, okay? But I'm also sensing, this wolf, it's really in their element out here, even though it's in the middle of winter, and there's this giant mountain scene in the background. The wolf is very capable. If you were to step into this picture and become this wolf, you would be one in your element, okay? So it's that idea, what lights you up? Where do you stand when you're being authentically yourself, when you're being 100% yourself, where you feel kind of like an HBIC energy, right? Where you are that bitch, okay? There's some area in your life where you are different. Remember those two energies, right? You lose all track of time. You can go all day without eating and forget. It's whenever you're doing that thing, okay? With Teach and Inspire, it could be just being in the classroom learning, and if you're learning, maybe, and that's the thing that lights you up, maybe you could be into philosophy, okay? Or you're meant to sort of gather ideas and, again, capture them in a way that other people can take from them, digest them, benefit from them, learn from them, okay? That's what this wolf card is giving me. Now, let's take a look at, I do want to go with this romance deck, but for some reason I want to go with this more abstract romance deck that I made. So let's see if we can get some messages regarding relationships, and specifically probably romantic relationships. Small bump, let go or be dragged, and then smooch. I love this card. Okay, small bump. I feel really emotional right now. Like there's like a knot in my throat, and this is you guys. I think that, I don't know, okay? Someone here lost something significant, okay? But the other message, sorry, this one's really affecting me. This small bump, it's let's not make a mountain out of a molehill, right? Okay? I'm not trying to lessen the severity of this loss, but what I'm saying is in the big picture, it does feel like a small bump. And that's significant, okay? Let go or be dragged is another message. I feel like I really just want to grab you guys and tell you that it's going to be okay. Something along these lines, okay? Let go or be dragged says sort of transmute this energy. Get into an energetic state where you can think about this, internalize it, digest this, whatever this tower moment has been fully, and then let it go, okay? Because there is still hope here. Hope has not been lost, okay? You're going to move forward into this direction, okay? Because you got smooch, right? If you can let go and just give in to the flow for a little bit, give in to not planning everything out so rigidly, not trying to control everything, what you're desiring is going to come into being, okay? I'm getting this idea of Because let go or be dragged is also a very significant message to me. I like to control everything. I'm very type A. And I feel my most stable when I know the outcome and can predict every outcome and, have all the answers. I like to know all the things. I think you guys do too. But when I can step back a little bit and just enjoy life and simply be, whatever I've been pushing so hard to grab a hold of can finally come in, because you create that mental block. Remember, we were talking about that. And you can block yourself from receiving what you truly desire by putting so much intensive energy on trying to bring it in. It creates a dam, okay? And sometimes other past relationships, energy vampires, poor parental figures sometimes rob us of energy too and create an unparalleled energetic match is the best way I'm trying to say this, okay? Curiously, I'm looking at you guys the least out of all these readings because I think that you guys are more connected spiritually. I have to really look off so I can clean my slate and hear something. I don't want you to think I'm being impersonal is basically what I'm saying. Let go or be dragged is a really important message, okay? Because when you let go, when you can go through life and experience the ebbs and flows and just, be affected by life and let that, uplift you, smooch with this little winky face. This kiss comes in, right? And this kiss doesn't feel like a physical kiss. It's like the thing that you desired can finally come in and greet you, okay? So I do believe that this is the end of your reading, pile 3, and I really hope that you liked it. If you did, you can give me a big thumbs up. You guys can subscribe if you haven't already. And by giving me a big thumbs up, it really helps support the messages on this channel, helps other people reach these messages too, reach them. And until next time, pile 3, stay divine. Hi, pile 4, welcome to your reading, everyone who chose the Angel Aura Quartz. So Angel Aura Quartz is a really high vibrational stone, and for that reason it's very good for connecting with your spirit guides, your higher self, the astral realm, all of those ideas. Now I want to start off your reading with some tiny messages, so let's reach for a couple decks. Life and color and then fashion. Okay, so the first message is like this idea of adding something to your wardrobe, or this idea of freshening up your house, a room in your house, a place where you like to get creative. Maybe you guys are thinking about doing some painting. Maybe you guys are thinking about adorning yourself, like getting that earring. That's what I'm seeing, okay? This idea of bringing a little bit more color and vibrancy into your house. Also, I'm hearing, what color are your pillowcases? If they're white or gray or beige, I think you guys should really invest in a different color and notice how it affects your sleep. Okay, let's get another little tiny message for pile 4. Love. Okay, what about it? Too many. Intense love. Okay. So for some of us, I think, though fast did come out, I'm seeing this fling move through, okay? It's intense. All right, now for others of you, this isn't just a fling. This is a sign that if you are with someone right now, it feels like a really good love, okay? Or I feel like this summer you're about to experience this intense passion rekindling, okay? That starts in this spring though, but I'm seeing more in the summer, okay? And perhaps again, for some of you, this is a summer fling, okay? To expect. Now, do I want to go anywhere else? Let's just draw one final little message for pile 4. Believe it. Okay. Too many. I'm going to leave believe it out because it feels more like an archetype, more of an overarching theme, okay, for your reading. But you do have this message, believe it. Okay, believe it and you'll see it. Believe in love. Believe in being able to attract what you really, really desire. Okay, I'm seeing this, when I was growing up, my sister had this little purple, I guess it's called a piggy bank, but it wasn't a piggy. And it said, if in your heart you believe you're Prince Charming, you'll receive. And I remember that like throughout all these years later, 20 years later. And I believe in that statement too. If you really desire something, and it's not something that's fleeting, it's not something really related to your ego, I really believe that you have the ability to bring that in, and you will see it realized in your lifetime. Okay? Now let's open your reading with some tarot cards. Okay. Let's just give this a good shuffle. Okay. Maybe once more, pile 4. For some reason, I keep feeling the energy of Friday. So you guys might have something to look forward to this Friday. Okay, so you guys have Ace of Cups and this meditation card, this mental rest, okay? I think perhaps some of you, okay. So it's this idea of you will manifest this love. Love seems to be a really popular thing. I have said ever since I started this channel that I don't like to talk about love for a number of reasons. I feel like I have really conflicting ideas about love because more than one thing can be true, okay? But what I'm seeing is this stained glass window, okay? And this idea of peace, okay? And the notion, along with believe it, is that you can manifest with peace and tranquility of mind, okay? That's important. I think that for those of you who seem to really desire love at this time, the best way to attract that is to believe it. And if you believe something, you're not constantly sending out that anxiety, that worry is that coming? When is it coming? That is more of a prove it to me energy. If you believe it, you're relaxed. You're tranquil, and you know that will come in. And I can firsthand speak about the power of manifestation, okay, to bring in what you really want to happen. I manifested this studio. By the way, welcome to my studio/greenhouse, pile 4. The moment you're in that energy of believe it, okay, and you know it's going to come in, it's a feeling. And I think if you want to experiment with this, perhaps start with something smaller, okay? Now, with this Ace of Cups in reverse, what I first heard was you rejecting this offer of love, or it's under the surface and you can't see it, okay? There seems to be a message that you're not seeing. Someone said something to you, and it's like you interpreted it as like, just like, thank you. And you like got busy doing whatever you were doing. But if there was something deeper there, and I feel like that person like put a lot of thought into this idea, this message, this way to reach out to you, and you sort of just were like, that's nice. Like, kind of like that energy. Okay, what card came out? Getting to know each other. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. Okay, let's draw another romance card. But what I get from that is a relationship that has just started. It's at the very beginning stages, okay? But what I'm getting for others of you, if this Cups card isn't talking about the manifestation of a relationship, I think it's talking about a dream of yours, okay? Because we have that sleep and deep rest with the 4 of Swords, okay? And a combination with the Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm sensing that there could be a message in your dreams. That's important. Okay, very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Okay? This idea with believe it, okay, and that idea of, you will manifest with peace and tranquility of mind is the strongest message for pile 4, okay? Whatever this seems to be doing in your life right now, whatever seems to be applying to, if you're going to walk away with one message, I'd like to highlight like the main energy. This is the main energy. We'll reach for more cards, but the main energy is deciding what you want now, okay? If this cup isn't yours, let it go so that another one can come in. And the cups, again, represent dreams, longings, belief, or relationships, okay? Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. When you make that decision, when you desire that thing, perhaps some of you don't know how to do this. Visualize it in your mind as strongly as you can for 10 seconds and let it go and don't think about it again. That's hard to do. It's very hard to do. But if you can play that scenario in your mind and see everything, see that person reacting to you, I've also literally done this, and if you haven't worked with manifestation before, it can be, it can sound sort of up in the air and like, is that real? I wouldn't waste your time. I'm very practical, as much as I'm an air sign, okay? So I like to live in my head, dreaming up different scenarios. Perhaps you guys are ruled by air heavily too, okay? But this idea of believe it, I knew the moment this came out, it was an archetype. It was an overarching theme, okay? It's this idea of deciding what you want, okay? And then, you know, calling that in with peace and tranquility of mind, okay? That's your first message. Let's reach for another tarot deck. Okay, so this is for pile 4, please. And some of you just need to rest. Okay, 5 of Cups, hope. Okay, so what about that? The Hanged Man, limbo, okay, a stalemate, a pause, okay? We're getting this idea of a turning point, okay? I think that some of you have been stuck in this limbo card for some time, and it's your major arcana card, okay? I do like to see the progression from 4 into 5, though, but it is the emphasis on getting your mind right. Everything about your reading has to do with your mind and controlling it, okay? So if you have experienced some measure of loss lately, it's really important to recognize that this card, it usually does talk about despair, but there is a message of hope here. Because in the original Rider-Waite depiction, you see a figure, I always imagine them covering their hands as they look at 3 cups that have spilt. Okay, but behind them, if they could just turn around, there are 2 cups, right? 2 dreams still left, 2 longings, 2 beliefs, 2 relationships, 2 possibilities, 2 prospects, okay? But you have to look at it like it's a turning point. So take all the time you need to fully digest this thing, but then you have to let it go. Okay, there's this idea of needing to detach from this outcome or from this energy that you're currently in right now. Okay, 5 of Cups with the Hanged Man. In addition, with this really rest card, okay, I think that the message we're also bringing through for pile 4 seems to be about stability and rest and foundations, okay? The Limbo card, the Hanged Man, it talks about a phase in your life where you need to get your mind right in order to move forward, and sometimes that's just a call for rest. Sometimes you just have to pause, okay, in order to see clearly. There's this idea of needing to be peaceful at this time and tranquil in order for you to figure out some little detail or in order to get straight what you really want. And then you can take the steps that you know how to do in order to bring that in, okay? Queen of Pentacles, focus on the body, home, okay? And growth will come as a result, okay? We're talking about your body a lot. Pile 4 seems to really need deep rest, okay? It's a time to pause. And I think it's because we're trying to get your mind straight because there's something you keep desiring, but it's almost like you entertain a bunch of ideas. That's why I brought up that air comment. And you entertain them in your mind, but it's kind of hard to pick one. And if you could just pick one, you could bring it in just like that, okay? But I think that there are a couple energies. There's that energy, but there's also the energy of the 5 of Cups, something that's lost that we have to mourn first, okay? Queen of Pentacles with growth. She says, treat yourself with some really good food. Cook yourself a really good soup, okay? And spend a lot of time, picking ingredients and chopping them and just, having a glass of champagne while you're cooking or whatever you like to indulge in. And just having this celebratory moment at home because these moments, this rest that we seem to be talking about and touching on is going to bring you clarity of mind and it's going to help nurture you and refill your tank so that you can keep going, okay? Let's go ahead and draw a spiritual lens. And then we'll finish up with some earth magic. So for pile 4, for the Angel Aura Quartz, align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change? This card, I say this all the time, is from an artistic art director standpoint, is unlike any of the other depictions, okay? It's the odd man out. It's the black sheep. Graphically, it doesn't look like any of the other illustrations, okay? It's very, very out of whack, okay? So what is not aligned in your life and needs to change? I'm also picking up on these fractures here, and then the stained glass that I picked up on early. You can see the word pax or peace written in the stained glass there. And it's like this fracture, okay? It's like little pieces of yourself. It's almost the idea of it hasn't fully come into focus because you think about it for a moment and then you let it go. And then you think about this other pane of glass and you let it go. And some of you are just transmuting a lot of window pain, sorry. That was funny. What is that song by Rihanna? I think it's called The Murderer or something like that. That sounds so gruesome, but I was just picking up on this fractured idea, okay? This idea of it's something needs to be brought into focus, okay? We're entertaining tiny little tidbits, and some of them are not for us, and they keep cutting us. They keep injuring us. These could be thoughts. These could be relationships. These could be little mental hurdles, little barriers, little blocks that we've set up, and we need this moment to pause and to sort of get really grounded, really listen to this Queen of Pentacles, really nurture our body, okay? In order to, it's like pick out these little splinters, okay? So that we can heal fully, okay? Now let's, like I said, I'm going to pull some earth magic. Okay, so for pile 4, for the Angel Aura Quartz, just one, please. What earth magic do we have for pile 4? Perhaps too many. Let's try to channel a message. There are so many. Okay. There is a new beginning and a roadblock being lifted, okay? And it's all about reaching a different perspective, okay? Getting the mind right, okay? And then you can emerge after this deep period of rumination, of clearing your energy, of growing. Then you can emerge from the water like the lotuses in this Ace of Cups. You know, the lotus, it's buried deep in the mud, okay? And it has to grow through the mud, through the cloudy water, all the way to the surface to produce the most unusually beautiful bloom, the lotus flower, okay? And talks about a person who is really transmuting something deep and painful in order to rise above it all, okay? And really to shine and open yourself up. Music, harmony, I did hear that, okay? So there's something that has to do with music, okay? And I think it's the idea of listening to songs that kind of like pluck you out of the depths that you kind of plumbed sometimes and sit around, okay? And then tree with grounding has everything to do with what we've been talking about, especially this Hanged Man, this limbo card, this pause. I think you've sensed the pause, but you've been resisting it. And if you could just give in, I'm saying Devil's Snare from Harry Potter. If you fight it, it'll just constrict you and die. But if you give in, you'll sink through it. It's like the only way that it's out is through. It's the energy, okay? So your message, pile 4, rest, assimilate, so that this peace of mind can be achieved, so that you can identify what you desire, and then you can go after it, okay? So this is the end of your reading, pile 4, and I really hope that you liked it. If you did, and if you've made it this far into the video, you can give me a big thumbs up. It helps other people find these messages, and it helps my channel grow. And until next time, stay divine.